everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is brought to you by Blackout Coffee Company. They roast everything fresh to order in sunny Florida and have a great selection of coffees, teas, and hot chocolates, including special roasts that help out organizations like Firearms Policy Coalition and Gun Owners of America directly. To check them out, use my link down in the description. All right, gang, we have some interesting news for you today. That's the only way I really know how to describe it. So, on April 4th, the Arizona House gave final approval to a bill that would decriminalize suppressors at the state level. If the governor signs it or does nothing, letting it automatically go into effect, it would effectively end state enforcement of NFA restrictions on suppressors. We saw Tennessee do something similar with SBRs earlier in the year, and Texas has a similar law, so it can definitely be done, but there is also definitely a catch or two, or 10. The bill was first introduced in the Senate by Wendy Rogers and several Republican co-sponsors on January 31st. The bill, Senate Bill 1109, would remove a device that is designed, made, or adapted to muffle the report of a firearm from the state's list of prohibited weapons. In effect, the bill would legalize the possession of firearm silencers, quote-unquote, in Arizona law. But that's meaningless because of the NFA, you might be saying, if you're a FUD or a Fed boy. And sadly, you'd be half right. The people of Arizona had some foresight, or at least a lucky coincidence. Under a Second Amendment preservation law passed in 2021, the enactment of SB 1109 would also simultaneously end state enforcement of federal regulations on suppressors. But that is state enforcement. FFLs still have to follow federal law, or else the ATF will completely destroy their life. So you'd still have to get a tax stamp for anything through an FFL. But in theory, you couldn't get hit for anything you already have or made at home. In theory. The Senate approved the bill 16-13. On the 4th, the House approved it 31-28. It now goes to Katie Hobbs. That is also part of the problem. Every town lists her on their website as a gun sense champion. Every town went all in to get her elected, and she was even endorsed by Moms Demand Action. Her press secretary is also the one who posted the meme about shooting transphobes less than 12 hours after the incident in Nashville. She has since resigned, but it might be an indication of what we're dealing with in the Katie Hobbs office. Arizona does allow for the state Congress to override a governor's veto, and did so in 2021 for the first time in 40 years. So, if the Senate was feeling especially spicy and could get the override votes, it is possible the measure could still pass. Though it passed by such a slim majority to begin with, the question then also becomes, would they vote to pass this anyways? Even if they did, is this really something introduced to give the people back a little of their freedom, or is it meant to be a feel-good virtue signaling to placate the base? Also, was it purposefully introduced now when there was no chance that the governor would sign it? All excellent questions that we should be asking ourselves and our legislators. Is it at least a sign of steps forward and things to come? Maybe? Let me know what you guys think about this one. In the meantime, that's it for this video. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're new here. Drop a comment for the algorithm war. And as always, thanks for tuning in and happy shooting.